Alrighty.
I'm recording.
Me too. That's so
Are
good.
we both recording?
Yeah, we are.
Are you actually fucking recording this time?
I actually am fucking recording this time.
Are we going to go an hour and a half and say, oh, shit, I pressed the wrong button?
No, I caught it quickly, at least. I didn't let us actually start talking. So.
Horse shit.
Haha, you can see me dancing again, bitch.
Yeah, I can, which is unfortunate. That actually was really nice last week when I didn't have to see you move. It reminded me of my sexual fantasies.
Oh, I'm gyrating everywhere. If only the fans could see it.
If only they could see it, but they can't
because
they're not in your bedroom.
I'm not even in my bedroom.
Yes, you are. Jen told me she kicked you out.
Hey, man, you had to bring up the divorce last time, and now you have to bring up the kicking me out? Like, fuck.
Yep.
Jesus.
Well, welcome, everybody, to another wonderful edition of Soul of a Gamer.
I'm going to be crying, apparently.
Okay, well, apparently he's going to be crying, but I'm Scott.
And I'm Steven.
And every week we come at you with the game we play and we tell you about it.
Yep.
And we want to tell everyone that we don't really say this at all ever, but if you ever want to reach out to us and just like chat or something, we don't really check our email too often, but I've been checking it more. So if you want to email us at soulofagamerpodcast@gmail.com, please feel free to. I mean, I just always forget to mention we even have an email.
Yeah, I mean, reach out to us on TikTok and stuff too. I will check. I check that daily. So
Facebook and Instagram too. We're on all the shit. So
yes, and we're actually gonna start posting on that shit.
Yeah, we're trying to get a little bit more popular. So if you could tell your friends if you like it, I guess tell your friends if you like it. But if you don't like it, I guess don't tell your friends.
Actually, tell your friends anyways, because they might like it and they might think you're dumb for not.
I don't know why you're listening. I don't know why you're listening if you don't like it. Like that's the big thing.
You know,
you're just like I fucking hate this, but I can't stop.
I need to know what's happening in their lives, but I don't want to talk to them, so I'm just gonna listen to the show.
Yeah.
All
right, well, we hope you enjoyed last week's game, which was...
Don't ask me this. It was Beyond Two Souls, right?
Yes, it was Beyond Two Souls, which was a fantastic game. We really enjoyed that one. If you guys haven't listened to that one, please go back and listen to it.
Yes.
But this week we are playing an entirely different kind of game altogether.
What? Are we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Vastly different.
I'm just waiting for you to say the game.
Halo 3 ODST. That was very
lackluster. I really don't like that it's Halo 3 ODST. It should just be Halo ODST.
Agreed.
I get that it's like happening in between Halo 2 and Halo 3, but I am so confused, on the time. How much time fucking went by?
Yes.
And I don't know. It's all confusing to me,
yes.
But whatever. That aside, we'll talk about that later on. But for now, let's head into our first little segment.
What's on the box?
All right, so obviously I have the Xbox 360 box for this.
Nice.
Yeah.
So the
OG. So, prepare to drop. For 30 years, the Covenant have besieged our civilization, annihilated our cities, and glassed our planets. It ends now. It ends with you. Volunteer for service and fight side by side with the fiercest warriors the human race has ever known, the ODST. Jump into hell, feet first. And when the Covenant look to the heavens and see our judgment raining down, they will understand that humanity's last breath is not so easily extinguished, and they will know fear.
Yeah, so that first part, prepare to drop, you do that once. Yes. Now, do you know what ODST stands for?
I forgot. It's like orbital something.
Orbital drop shock troopers.
Oh, yeah.
But you only drop that one time, and you don't even do anything to drop. You just kind of drop.
True.
So I was just, I don't know if I'd start that, like, prepare to drop. Like, more like you are the best of the best. Because the ODST is, like, special forces for the UNSC.
Yeah, they're like the SEALs.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, their temperament is better than all of those things technically because of the future.
Yeah.
They're 2552.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, you don't even have to tell me what the box looks like. I already remember. It's that Spartan staring up, right?
Well, this one has
Not Spartan, sorry, the ODST guy.
Yeah, this one has 3 different ODSTs on the cover.
Oh, interesting. I just remember the special edition one where he's like staring up with rain on his visor, and I'm like, that's fucking cool.
Yep. Nathan Fillion's character, I think.
Yeah, no, it was Rookie. They have his helmet on.
That's right.
The nameless talkative one. But yeah, that's an okay box, I guess.
I mean, it's not the greatest, the shots and stuff in it. And I don't really, like, I know they has some Covenant in it, but it was annoying, like, not having elites in it.
Why?
Because it just didn't make sense.
What did it have me? No, because remember, that's the start. We'll get into it. We'll talk about that later. All right, well, let's move on.
Are we jamming?
So, are we jamming?
In some parts, yes. I think the background music is really good.
Yes.
Let me start this by just saying it's composed by Martin O'Donnell and Michael Salvatore. I think, didn't we have Michael Salvatore on another episode too?
I think we did.
I think we did.
I can't remember what.
He's an alum. He's an alumni of Soul of a Gamer.
I wouldn't be surprised if he did some Max Payne work, honestly.
No, I think he did Enslaved.
Oh, actually, that might make sense.
I don't remember. I'll have to go back and listen to which ones he did, or look at his games. But yeah, music's composed by them. It's your typical fucking awesome Halo music. Sounds great. There's nothing wrong with it at all. And then this game stars a few famous people and a few people I've never heard of before. Adam Baldwin, who I totally was convinced was a fucking Baldwin brother. I was so ready. I was like, no way, one of the Baldwins is in this movie? And then he's fucking not.
Yeah, no.
He plays Dutch. Nolan North as Romeo. Alan Tudyk as Mickey. Nathan Fillion as Buck. And Trisha Helfer as Dare. And the two in there that have the most anything to offer is Nathan Fillion and Alan Tudyk.
Yes. Nolan North's
both
really
appeared
one...
on.
Oh, go ahead.
Both appeared on Firefly.
Yes, actually, it's true.
Yeah.
Nolan North, everyone knows because of Uncharted and The Last of Us and a bunch of other stuff like that.
Oh, is that the guy who's in Uncharted?
Yeah, he's Nathan
plays
Drake.
The main character?
Yep.
Okay, nice. Okay, so he's a pretty big voice actor. Just actor in general, Nathan Fillion and Alan Tudyk take the cake on that one.
100%, yeah.
Yeah, they are fucking killer. Although I think this role was completely wrong for Nathan Fillion.
I agree.
Yeah, it just felt like he was trying to be his like sassy fucking I'm on TV guy rather than an actual fucking Marine at any given point.
He is just, to me, he always plays the same character of
he does.
Rick Castle. Like, if for anyone who watched the show Castle, that's just his character.
I already know how he played.
Yeah.
It's just what he is. He's a little sarcastic. He is a little like sexually suggestive.
Yes,
and that's about all you get from Nathan Fillion. Although he's a really cool guy.
And he's really charming.
Really cool.
Yeah.
I think at the time he was huge, so they cast him in this. But I think they maybe should have went with someone who was more hardened, who could do more of a military outlook. Because everyone else in there was fucking military, right?
Yeah.
Romeo didn't care if people died. Dutch was fucking heavy as shit, just going, now we're gonna kill these bastards. Dare was dark and foreboding because she was the Oni special ops person who was ready to fuck things up without telling anyone about it.
Yep.
And then Alan Tudyk is just a good fucking actor.
Yes.
Period. You can throw him in any role, although they gave Mickey more of a, oh God, why are we doing this?
Yeah.
Why are we here today kind of attitude, but that makes sense for when you're in a complete panic. You either panic or you rise above, and his character happened to panic.
Mm-hmm.
I think he played it well, but Nathan Fillion is just, you can't get past. You're right, that castle mentality he has. It's hard to look past it.
Yeah, well, and it's hard to not, like, I always hear him as Nathan Fillion. Like, I don't ever, like, Alan Tudyk, I didn't realize it was Alan Tudyk until I looked up the casting for it. As soon as I heard Nathan Fillion's voice, I'm like, oh, it's Nathan Fillion. Like, he doesn't change his voice, his cadence, anything ever. So he just always sounds the same, and that always takes me out of the game a little bit.
Yeah, and he's done several fucking voice acting roles for several things,
Yeah.
not just video games. I'm pretty sure he's done some animated shit. And every time it's just like all I can think about is Dr. Horrible's sing-along vlog. 'Cause literally, that is also Castle.
Yes,
that
it
is
is.
also fucking the guy from Firefly. That's every character he plays. He's a one-trick pony, but not in a good way. Like the Archer guy is kind of a one-trick pony too, right?
Yeah,
H. John Benjamin.
Yeah.
But he's got an amazing voice for it. Like his one trick is so phenomenal that he can do that.
It's same with Patrick Warburton. Like such
Yeah.
unique, iconic voices that nobody really does. That just
Yeah,
work
and
for all the different.
peop-
But it works for the characters too.
Yeah, like you don't go. No one goes around hearing a Nathan Fillion impression, but you do go around hearing like a Kronk impression.
Exactly.
You know?
Right.
Yeah, it's very different in the way Nathan Fillion should just be a regular actor on like TV during the day or something.
True.
He's just not. He's not a star anymore, and I think that's what really hurts him too. It's just he doesn't have that star power that other people have. Like Sergeant Johnson was the best little thing in this game for me because I love his voice.
Oh, seriously, that was such a great little cameo in the game. Like,
Yeah,
that was fantastic.
But overall, music in this game did really do well. Like I love the intermediate parts where you could tell nonstop action was happening, and then when you're playing as Rookie, you're just in a more serene sounding, even though there's like enemies around, like you can tell you're alone. The music really like brings that out in it. Like it's really cool.
Yeah, I really like the noir, jazzy, like undertones of some of the music.
I didn't notice any of those.
No.
Oh,
okay.
I mostly not really noir is what I was getting to,
Or maybe not noir is not the right word, but like
more of like a feeling of you're the only one on the planet kind of deal.
It's like those old school like kind of movies that just I don't know, it just has that vibe. Like the music to me is so just unique and iconic, and I can't have the right words to say what it is that I'm trying to describe, but it's just like it's so different that I absolutely love the music. The music is the best part of this game for me.
And guys, it's so different from just every other Halo.
Yes. But
like
it's still...
every other Halo, you love the music because it's just good.
Yeah.
But it's actiony. It's constantly up. You're constantly moving around. This is what Barney Stinson was saying on How I Met Your Mother with like, I want a playlist that's always up.
Yep.
Like the next song, there's no dull in the playlist whatsoever.
It's all rise.
It's yes.
Yeah, no, it's so true, and I love that even though it has some uniqueness to its game, and no other Halo game has songs or music like this, it also still has those traditional Halo songs in it as well.
Yeah,
for those big moments.
And I did like spending a more amount of time on Earth too, but we'll get into that a little bit later.
Yeah,
that's all I have to say about the music and voice acting.
Yeah, it's about fair. I'm same.
Yeah, let's move on.
How does it play?
So, how does it play for you?
So one thing I want to talk about is that finger motion you just gave me.
I was cueing you silently.
That's not that is a silent cue. I don't believe ever asking for a silent cue. I believe I constantly ask for auditory cues.
You know, the last couple times that I said that you asked me to go cue, you said I never asked you that, and now you're...
I don't remember that ever.
see,
I've
got you.
A single instance.
I'm gonna TikTok
I ever
all
said
of these
that.
instances together to make you look like
do
a liar.
whatever you want. And you're gonna make me so you're gonna lie about them.
No.
Well, that's what it
I'm
sounds
gonna
like
show
you're doing.
people that you are a liar. Is what I meant to
No,
say.
you're gonna show people how good you are at editing my voice, huh? Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, I'm such a mastermind with audio.
So this game, guys, plays like every fucking Halo game does. You know, I was kind of upset about this because they more like, it seems like this game wants you to be stealthy, but then throws out every element of stealth that's supposed to be in the fucking game.
Yes.
I don't quite understand what they were trying to go for with this ODST thing of being alone and everything, because you're not a Spartan.
No.
Like, to be honest, they should not have went the same direction they do with Master Chief. You don't have the special armor. You don't have the shields. You have nothing but your own. Like, most Marines get shot twice and die.
Which is...
So why the fuck are you so special?
It's about the case with this sometimes.
Yeah, and I just felt like this game would have benefited a lot from having more of a stealthy approach to it.
I agree, because, like, they try to make, and the fights aren't as crazy or as intense or have as many enemies as you normally do when you're playing as Master Chief, but like that's all the only difference it was. And the weapons were way more lackluster in this game to go against these enemies.
Yeah, and I mean, you're playing against brutes, which have been historically more fucking annoying than elites have in the past.
100%.
Headshots have been harder to get because their heads aren't big. So
most of them
like
wear helmets. You have to shoot them twice in the head.
Yep, I ended up playing this on Legendary just because why not? Fucking play it on a hard difficulty just to actually try.
I should have.
And it wasn't too hard. It's not like it took me forever to get through it. It was just, it felt too easy sometimes, honestly, and then too hard at other times.
Yes.
So it just got a little weird with how I felt playing this game, but I always felt like I would rather be a more stealthy ODST guy, which I get it. They're soldiers. They're not fucking special ops, but they're soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
But because they're regular humans, you would expect it to be more of a, like, you have to play your cards right rather than Master Chief. You could just throw your body at the situation and probably win.
True. Yeah, I wish there was more brains to this, like stealth or something, like we were saying. Like, there's just something that they're missing with dumbing you down and making you a weaker being and not being a tank as you are, but still having to do all the same stuff that just felt
and
off.
then feeling like a tank. Like, honestly, I felt so like a tank. You took like less shots to die. I didn't love that they brought back the health aspect.
Yeah, I didn't like that either. Especially how much it beeps and how annoying it is when you're low.
Yeah, because that was really fucking annoying that it just kept beeping at. Like, you didn't know you were low.
Yeah.
Games now use the vibrate function to simulate, like, holy shit, you're about to die, or you're getting hit, or whatever. And this game decided, beep, 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 beep.
Well, I typically love, even the red on the screen. Like, your vision's getting blurred, you feel the vibrations, all those kind of things, like, more immersive kind of things. But, yeah, just the annoying beeping.
That gets cured when your stamina gets cured for some reason. I don't know. It was weird. Instead of shields, guys, they have stamina. Stamina, you can take like 1 or 2 hits and then it's gone, and you have to like recharging your shields, go behind something and just sit there and your stamina comes back. I don't know. It was kind of dumb.
Yeah,
that whole concept was kind of stupid. This game plays exactly like you expect it to, though. I mean, the weapons play the same. They added some this is where I think the start of the silenced SMG comes in, which is completely fucking pointless because it doesn't do anything.
It's the worst gun.
Yeah. And they took out dual wielding, so you can't even dual wield with that gun, and it's so obnoxious.
There's no battle rifle or DMR or anything.
Yeah, even those are all Halo 2 weapons.
Yes.
And DMR was Halo Reach, I think. But
yeah, it was. But battle rifle was Halo 2 and 3.
Yeah, battle rifle should have been there. Something else should have been there because it really fucked you over. It basically said use the pistol or the carbine. Like on Legendary, your best friend is just plasma pistol carbine.
Yes, and carbine,
which is unfortunate because then it restricts what you want to use. If you want to try different guns, you really don't have an option.
Yeah, no, it really that was the most lackluster thing in this. The vehicles all felt great and stuff still.
Yeah, I mean they felt like Halo vehicles.
Yeah.
So.
I just love the feel of Halo vehicles, especially the tank.
They're fun.
Yeah.
There were some points where you're just sitting there like I think one thing that would have been better in this game if maybe they made the rookie part the stealthy part.
Yeah.
And just that part. Right? Because
that
that's the
made
part
sense.
where you're alone. Yeah, you're alone. You don't want to fight anyone. Because I would have rather, honestly, go through that entire rookie part. So, guys, this game is separated into parts where each ODST member's story is getting told at different intervals, with the overarching story being the story of the rookie who has been kind of knocked out for 6 hours.
Yeah.
And he's coming into this battle after everything has already happened.
And unraveling the mystery of what happened to his crew. Or squad.
Sorry, I got to sneeze. But during that part, one of the things I instantly thought was, there should be no enemies.
Yeah.
There should literally be no enemies. They should all be doing something else or should be dead.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
I guess I don't understand why they didn't do that for that part, because you're not only alone, but you have no idea what's going on. You don't have any ammo. And then you find random items that don't tell a story whatsoever.
No, they're just random objects.
Like the bent sniper rifle, I would look at that and say, oh, okay, it's a bent sniper rifle. Someone must have died.
Oh, yep, Romeo's dead.
If you could tell that was his sniper, which I guess they all had like weird beacons attached to them.
Yeah.
But if you couldn't, you'd just be like, all right, well, someone died and they bent the sniper rifle. And then after that, why the fuck did he try to unbend it?
That was the stupidest thing, too.
I'm like, what does he do? He's like, I could do it. I'm really strong, too.
Well,
all right,
it's
the
not
brute's
like it's going to
stronger.
work again. You're never going to perfectly bend it back. Like, the bullet's going to get shot up in there and ricochet somewhere awful. Like, it's going to explode.
It's completely destroyed. And I'm just like, what, does he just want it to give back to Romeo?
I don't know.
Confused
that was
right
so
now.
dumb. I was like, why are you doing this?
Yeah, it was. But each item you find, it's like you find this thing that they use to inject medical stuff into Romeo. You find his sniper rifle. You find a cannon. And I'm like, wouldn't it be better if you found like a camera
I mean,
that has film?
Dare's helmet was the only thing that actually made sense.
Yeah, because it has a film on
Yeah.
it. It has a CPU inside of it so you can access the storage and shit. But for some reason, nothing else made sense. I will say this is the birth of the recon armor.
Yes.
So that was cool.
True. And Birth of Firefight, which
And this
Firefight
Birth
is
of Firefight.
well worth talking about. Firefight is such an
Yes.
incredible
So-
thing.
There is no real multiplayer aspect to this where you fight each other.
Yep.
But there is Firefight, which is more of like you versus you and a team of real people versus CPU.
It's survival. If you've played any
Yeah.
game, it's survival. It's horde mode.
You know,
whatever.
They went into Call of Duty and they said, we can do zombies better. And they stole it.
I think they were stealing survival from Call of Duty more than that, because Modern Warfare 3 had survival, which is basically the exact same thing.
Yeah. Modern Warfare 3 would have come out post this, so no.
Oh, I guess that's true.
So it would have been
Wait.
probably zombies. There's their greatest inspiration. But I'm sure there's others. I mean, Quake technically did that too. They had like a
Well,
U
Zombies-
versus CPU.
Zombies is World at War,
Zombies-
and that's after Modern Warfare
No,
3.
Zombies came out way before that, didn't it?
World at War was the first instance of zombies.
Oh, I thought it was Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1,
No.
honestly. But, all right. But, I mean, they did a good job with it. I did like playing Firefight a little bit. This is a game I never really played when it came out because I didn't care about it.
Okay.
And after playing it, I still kind of don't care about it.
This is a game for
Like-
me I did play when it came out, and I enjoyed it a lot more the first time, I think.
Yeah. I think this game is good. It's not a bad game
No.
by any means. It's just, like, when you take out that Master Chief element, but you keep all of the same stuff he has, it just doesn't feel like a separate game, so you might as well just throw Spartan in the place of ODST.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what their point in this was. If it, like, I did like the story, but Nathan Fillion kind of drowned it out a little bit.
Yes.
Like it just made it kind of hard to like everything about it when, like, there are so many critiques you can have.
Yeah. There's no character development at all in this game for
No,
anybody.
and in the gameplay, like, it's just basically Halo 3 without the good guns. Like,
The romance in this game felt so forced and awkward.
the romance in this game was so unnecessary it wasn't even funny.
It was awful.
But to be fair, I did read a Halo book a long time ago, Halo the Fall of Harvest, or Halo Harvest, I don't remember.
Yeah.
But that was the first time the Covenant attack. And at the end of the book, just randomly, Sarge is the main character in that book, Sergeant Johnson, and he starts fucking this woman at the end of the book. And you're like, well, this all makes sense because they literally just went through life or death.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean,
this
yeah.
makes perfect sense. They're literally about to die and they didn't. So, of course, now they want to fuck. Like, yes.
I mean, you brought up How I Met
They're
Your Mother
soldiers,
earlier.
too.
Barney calls that, I can't believe we survived that sex.
Yeah, it's literally that. Like, that is what it is. And in this game, it would have been that if they would have done that at the end of the game and not while in the elevator.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's the part that I had a problem with. I'm like, why the fuck did they kiss? And like, a kiss means anything. Like, why don't you just like fuck at the end of the game or something? Just show them in bed together.
Or just
whatever.
show her
Like,
grab his hand and then take him away to the back of the ship.
Yeah.
Like,
We're gonna go
which would
fuck
make
right now.
way more sense. Like
Yeah.
there, I would have no issue because it'd be like, okay, you guys just survived one hell of a fucking day.
Yeah.
You deserve this.
Go get you some.
Yeah, seriously. Like that's the mentality that I think a lot of people would have at that moment. It's like, well,
Seriously.
of course, I just survived all this. I might not survive tomorrow based on all this. Let's get this over with now.
But then everybody else on the ship was like, God damn it, why is there only one woman on the ship?
Yep. True. But yeah, I mean, that was basically gameplay. There's not a lot to talk about. It's like every fucking Halo game. You don't get a lot of differences in Halo games, unfortunately.
That's
I will
true.
say one of the things that annoyed me the most about the gameplay is you don't get to pick up the fucking extra shit.
Yes.
Like the solar flares and the power drains and all that.
The bubble shield.
The bubble shield. And yeah, I'm like, why would they make a game where you don't get to pick up anything that they introduced in Halo 3?
That was my biggest issue. I was like, we could do this in Halo 3. Why does the spin-off of this?
Only Spartans know how to use them.
That's so dumb. It's so dumb.
Yeah, I thought it was so
You
stupid.
can
I'm
fly
like,
a
okay.
Phantom, but you can't use a bubble shield?
Well, just imagine how useful the fucking power drain would have been on Legendary against the brutes who have all been fucking annoying and take
seriously.
a lot of shots to drain.
Yeah, seriously. Ridiculous.
Or like the big brute that comes at you with the fucking grav hammer. Like that
Seriously.
stuff would have been super useful. But whatever. I digress.
All right.
All right, that's about it for gameplay. Let's move on.
It's time for reviews.
All right, I got some reviews for us. You want to start with the good ones or the bad ones?
Good ones. You always start with the good ones because the bad ones are kind of funny sometimes.
Oh, that's true. All right. Start with a couple of shorter good ones, and then I have a longer good one. So, this game really made me love Halo with its amazing art, mechanics, and soundtrack. The story is amazing and at showing another perspective besides the tank that is Master Chief, where you feel vulnerable at times as an ODST.
Is that it?
That was the end of that one, yeah.
That's a 5-star review?
It's a 9 out of 10 review.
Oh, that's a 9 out of 10 review?
Yep.
I don't...
From 2 years ago.
What? This game is so amazing. I'm going to tell you one thing about it. The art is beautiful.
This other one, ODST, is one of my favorites because of its soundtrack, audio logs, night setting, and firefight mode. I take one star away from it because the battle rifle being replaced by the silenced pistol is the only thing I did not like about the game.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I like the pistol a little bit, but it was the most inaccurate thing you'd ever fucking use in your life.
Yeah. Alright, I do have a little bit longer of a review for this one.
Came while I played this game. Hated it still.
This is from Shadegate 3. I should have named the other ones. I favor ODST for its environment, music, and for the fact that it has a very creepy aspect. In ODST, I can walk about without being bombarded continually by the enemy. This means I can take in my surroundings and actually do some thinking as to what route I should take with the help of my map. While the music fills the air, it is a fantastically atmospheric game. It's great to play in the dark. I'd gotten a little bored with the other games, and Halo has revived my zeal again. Albeit 10 years since it has been released, I love ODST the most, but all the other Halo series, which is a massive catalog, and I look forward to playing those that I've yet to buy. Okay. One of the best games created, in my opinion, and I remember Halo 1 on the PC back in about 2002, which I never took at the time. I was more into Max Payne, but this is fantastic graphics, music, and stories in a Halo top title.
Halo wasn't on the PC when it came out.
That's what I thought.
It wasn't. It was an Xbox exclusive, and it came out in 2001, so maybe they ported it a year later.
Mayes that's the case, yeah.
Maybe, or maybe this person is a fucking idiot.
I
They did say Halo ODST is their favorite game. So they must be a
favorite
fucking
in the
moron.
franchise.
Yeah, no, she said favorite all time.
I know.
So that means that she has not played any good games or just doesn't understand what good gaming is.
Well, I mean, only good games she brought up was this and Max Payne.
Okay, well, great. She brought up two of the... I mean, yes, they're good. They're fun games. Max Payne 2 is fun. But there are definitely way better games out there that were released at the same time as those two and some years later.
Yep.
So she's fucking wrong.
All right. Well, I got 2 1-star reviews.
Good.
This one is from D-Reg J. Eats its own young. A confusing mess of half-thought-through ideas and badly done levels with no semblance of a coherent or worthwhile plot in any way, shape, or form. Besides the good voice actors, it has very little to recommend. The plot involves endless flashbacks, but of course it's all disjointed and the in-between bits are dour, boring, and pointless. The title of Halo 3 ODST is misleading at best, as it is set during Halo 2 and for some reason has absolutely no elites in the game despite their Purge rebellion having not yet even occurred yet. The last few levels, I must admit, are quite exciting and very Halo-ish, but alas, it can't make up for the boredom that it has inflicted on players all the way through the game till that point. Don't buy it, truly it's not worth it. It adds nothing to the story of Halo. It's just a cash-in. I'm sure we will see more of them now Bungie are about to loop something to look forward to, I suppose.
Well, too bad Bungie quit after that.
Right.
They quit after Reach, but they, I mean, I don't disagree with him. I don't agree with him on some stuff. I don't know. He's wrong. It's not only during Halo 2. It's like, it's an interim between Halo 2 and Halo 3. So it would have happened at the end of Halo 2, which is right when the fucking elites got betrayed. Like, yeah, that's when it happened, was at the end of Halo 2. So yes, it makes sense that the
elites weren't there.
Yeah, the grunts are just the grunts? No, the brutes. Brutes are killing off all the elites because you find bodies of the elites later on.
That's true.
So it's not like they're not there; they're just getting killed because they were betrayed. Yeah, yes, that happened during that interim. But yeah, I don't know. It's confusing. That whole thing's confusing.
Yeah. And then I got one other 1-star review from Dan.
Also, he used the word dour in his thing, and I don't think he's smart enough to know what dour means.
True. Dang Nugent posted this review 2 weeks ago. This game is void of any level design, character building, story, direction, and content. The maps are enormous, lack any life or personality. The enemies leave much to be desired. I'm happy for the change of pace where you aren't following the narrative of Master Chief, but I feel this Halo spinoff had the potential and opportunities to explore more in the Halo universe. It feels so lackluster, like your uncle came over to visit, but sits there not wanting to do anything, so you just put up with it. I don't understand the appeal as shared by others.
What? It feels like your uncle came over to visit, but isn't doing anything. I'm like, what?
He's just sitting there drinking beer with my dad, not talking.
What a stupid fucking comparison. It feels like my uncle's over touching me inappropriately again.
I was just about to say, maybe he's got some uncle trauma. Don't call him
got
out
some
like
fucking
that.
Uncle trauma. What a dumb fucking thing to say. That person, like, yeah, sure, he's right, but fucking what a stupid way to say you're right.
I mean, it got you to chuckle. Maybe it was just going for the comedy of it.
It's like a starfish is at my house and just fucking sitting there. Okay, that's what it's like.
I mean, yeah. That's
it's like
basically
Ashton
what he
Kutcher
said.
came over and won't shut the fuck up about that 70s show. Like, that's what it's like. Like, what the fuck are you saying? Nothing you said makes sense. It's like your uncle came over.
It would be much worse if Ashton Kutcher came over and was trying to pitch how he think Pranked is a good idea for a show again.
Hey, I thought it was a good idea for a show, as long as he's hurting celebrities.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it was fun.
As long as it's rich people he's hurting, I don't give a shit. If it's poor people, fuck that guy.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably put mine right smack dab in the middle, probably 3 out of 5 or 6 out of 10 or whatever you equivalent that to, but
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a weird way to... I feel like they all got a little bit too specific on whether it was their least favorite game or their most favorite game. There's definitely worse games.
Yes.
There's definitely better ones. So
Yes.
you guys are really judging hard on fucking Halo without having a lot of information. And yeah. And that one guy who said the fucking... the enemies are non-unique. I'm like, they're the same enemies from every fucking Halo. What are we talking about anymore?
Yeah, I guess, like, they didn't introduce anything new, really.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Like, I can't remember if the engineers were new in this or if
they were. That was
Okay.
brand the first time we've ever seen the engineers.
So
You didn't
there
even see
was,
those in Halo 3.
I guess, one new thing.
Yeah. But yeah, let's just move on.
Yeah, sounds good.
It's story time. Let's get started.
Finger guns.
No, stop. I'm ignoring.
You like it.
All right, so this is a short one because really not a lot happens until the end of the game. There's literally no story for this game until the very end. Like, there's some weird sexual tension that we're not going to talk about.
Yep.
There's some weird stuff that but like all that is non-story. It's non-mechanical story, right?
Yeah.
Even the bridge getting blown up is not really part of the fucking story.
The only like story you get throughout the game until the end is the audio logs, and that's even
and that's even that you could skip the entire thing and not have it like do anything.
Yeah.
So this game features 2 separate stories, we should say. The main story, which you're playing through, and the story of a girl named, I think Sadie was her name.
Yeah, I think so.
She is a girl who lives in New Mombasa, and you can find audio logs of her trip from the Covenant attacking to the point you're at. I believe you can either find her or know what happened to her later. I didn't find all the logs. I think I got like 8 or 9.
Yeah.
But for the most part, what I read and what I remember is she's in the later games, if you remember that.
Oh.
Yeah, her and Virgil are both in the later games.
Oh, nice. I thought Virgil sounded familiar, but I couldn't remember why.
Yeah, so let's just jump right into this. The story of Halo ODST takes place at the end of the Covenant assault on Earth during Halo 2, before one of the prophets leave and head back to one of the Halo rings. With the exit of the large ship, it causes a shockwave that damages the drop pods of a team of ODST that have been sent on a secret mission. The team consists of Buck, Romeo, Dutch, Mickey, a rookie. He doesn't have a name. His name is just fucking Rookie. He doesn't talk.
It's
Who knows
you.
why? Yeah, kind of, but you play as all the characters,
Yes.
so that was just stupid of them.
Yeah.
A rookie who has no name and a member of the Oni forces. Dare. Only Dare knows what the mission is, while the others are left in the dark about what they are trying to do. With the pods damaged, the team is separated. Each member of the team faces different challenges in order to get out of the city. The rookie wakes up 6 hours after the drop. After being knocked out by the shockwave, he finds clues to his team's whereabouts and hears a radio call from Dare asking for help to finish the mission. For some reason, the rookie doesn't talk and does not respond to the call. His radio might be dead, but it is never made clear why he doesn't call for help. He finds Dare under the city trying to get the AI superintendent's brain room in order to destroy it. They find a Covenant engineer that has switched sides and fused with the AI. They now need to get it out of the city and get the intel it has. They are able to escape the city and watch as it is burned by the Covenant ships. A month later, Sergeant Johnson approaches the creature and tells it it's going to help him find out what the Covenant are after. If the game is beaten on Legendary, you see the Prophet of Truth digging up the Forerunner artifact on Earth.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's it. That's the whole story. Very short, very simple.
Yes.
Like, literally, I will say this is one of the most, like, non-story stories there are.
Yes.
Like, there's no story up until the last 3 missions of the game, and then there's non-stop story.
Yes, and those last 3 missions are really great.
No.
Well,
fuck you.
They're not
No.
really great, but like they're the best parts of the game.
Sure, no. Not the last fucking mission, not the first part of the last fucking mission. No.
Okay. Well, parts
So
of
the
it.
first part of the last fucking mission, I don't know how they thought this would be fun for anyone, but it's literally like in Halo 1, the last mission you can play by yourself and drive and just have fun driving.
Yes.
Because you're on a time limit and you can go as fast as you want and there's no roadblocks for you. You just keep going. You can wait for what's-her-face to come down and get shot out of the sky, but you could just skip that and just keep driving too.
Mm-hmm.
And Halo 3, same thing. Last part of that game, it's a driving sequence, but it's fun. You're driving on like the shattering Halo rings as you're like trying to stay afloat and things are dropping below you. There's a level of nuance to that. There's a level of fun. And in this one, they're like, no. You get to drive, but you're escorting. You don't get to shoot, but you get to drive slowly while an NPC shoots also very slowly.
Yeah, that first part of it was lackluster until you got into the tank.
Not only lackluster, fucking stupid if you're on Legendary, because at parts in there, he doesn't shoot things until the proximity of it gets closer to you.
Yeah.
And they shoot farther away than his proximity
True.
is. Even though his gun has a longer fucking reach.
Especially when he's in the gas cannon.
Yeah, the Goss was the one I was fucking so pissed. There's like 7 Banshees flying overhead. He's not shooting at a single one until they're already shooting at you and you're already dead.
Yeah. No, I can
it was
imagine
so
on Legendary it's
infuriating.
annoying as hell.
So infuriating, and it's just boring. You're just fucking escorting. You as a driver can run over people,
Yes.
but on Legendary you don't do that because you could die.
Yes. It's so
It's
much
just
harder on
the most-
Legendary.
What a stupid fucking idea for a first part of that level. Have the NPC drive. You just fucking focus on shooting.
And it's stupid too because even if you do take the gunner spot from him, he goes and he sits in the passenger seat, so he won't ever go to the driver's seat. It really is dumb.
Yeah, so I would take the gunner spot to kill 2 banshees at the beginning of that part because otherwise he would just fuck around and do nothing. And then eventually I'd have to get out because then she gets too far ahead because for some reason she doesn't just wait back while you clear the way, which would be way fucking better.
Yes.
And also, at one point I tried to jack a banshee, and you can't do that.
Nope, you can't.
You can't jack any vehicles at this part for some reason, even though that would be super helpful.
There's a lot of parts in this game actually where you can't jack a vehicle, and it's really annoying.
I just thought it was so stupid, but there are parts where you can, I think. I want to say I remember one part where you could jack a vehicle or at least mount it or something.
I don't think you could get onto the wraiths to throw a grenade into it, but you couldn't take it. Like that was the only vehicle I was able to climb onto.
I guess I don't understand why they took that out of the game, but maybe it's just because Master Chief is stronger and he can like pull people out.
I guess so.
Regular humans can't do that, so that would make sense.
But I can still flip a warthog, but I can't pull a.
That's true. I did flip an entire fucking warthog.
I can flip a tank and a warthog, but I can't pull a being out of a vehicle. Like that's ridiculous.
Yeah, that entire first part of that last level was just so fucking obnoxious. I hated it so much. I was just stuck on it for like an hour, and finally I got past it, and I was like, this is so much better.
Yeah.
After nearly breaking my controller and putting a hole in my wall, I got a little bit better, and then felt better by the end of the game. But man, that part was just infuriating. What a stupid idea, Bungie. That was just so fucking dumb of you to make that a thing in there.
True.
And it's not like the first Halo. You know, in Halo 1, you have a mission where you're driving around the second level, and you've got a gunner, but he's not really doing anything, and you don't need him to do anything.
No, because you can just keep running
through. Out of your, and you can just get out of your car if you wanted and kill things.
Yep.
But in this part of this game, you can't do that because then she gets too far ahead of you, and she dies. So it just makes it so obnoxious to play this game with that kind of fucking thing in there.
Yeah, it really forces you to do things one way, where it makes you think it would be a game where you'd have multiple options. Yeah,
I just didn't love it. I would get pissed all the time at that. So, but yeah, other than that, there's no levels that really infuriated me. That was the one where I was like, oh my fucking god, fuck me and my fat ass, shit, fuck. I was so pissed.
I played it on normal just to get through it quickly, so I didn't have any trouble at all.
Yeah, I mean, you play it on normal, a kid could get through it pretty much.
Oh, dude, this game's stupid
Legendary's
easy on
not
normal.
hard. Like I said, there's points where I feel like it was so easy, like way too easy, and there were points where I just felt like it was impossible to get through.
Yeah. Like, this game almost wasn't fun not to play on a harder difficulty.
So what struck me about the story, too, is how the fuck did those bug things build that hive so quick?
Yeah, that was weird.
It was like in a day.
I don't know.
Like 6 hours went by. What the fuck did they do?
Buggers are so weird to me in the Halo franchise. Like,
yeah,
they're never really explained, I feel like.
Yeah, they're like the worst creatures in there because they're just like stupid.
They're the most annoying.
They're always hard to kill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like those are the one things you could take out of the Halo games and everyone would be fine with it.
Oh, 100%. They're just...
Yeah.
They're annoying.
I don't even think they're in the later games.
No. Well, a lot of the later games, it's not even... Well, I mean, 4 was the only one who had, like, none of the same enemies, but...
Yeah, and then 5, I think, brought back brutes.
True.
So, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Story-wise, this game was good, I guess. The last part was good. The Covenant engineers, they were introduced in this game. They're just like these bulbous things that have shield generators on them that generate extra shielding for everyone.
Yeah.
But they also have bombs attached to them, so when they're enslaved. They're not doing it out of their own free will. They're literally slaves. So when they're bad, they just blow them up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, shit.
That's Suicide
Jesus.
Squad shit in here.
Yeah, fucking crazy.
Amanda
It's
Waller.
just like when the grunts, they just kind of crush them sometimes on purpose because they feel like it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, damn, they're living things.
One thing I forgot to bring up in the dialogue and stuff, I felt like the I would have been your daddy skull was on throughout the entire game for me. Like, I didn't have any skulls on because I forgot to put it on at the beginning, but like A lot of the dialogue from like the grunts and stuff just was so like random that I was actually laughing quite a bit at some of the random lines.
Yeah, it's just that same thing, like die, bitch, die.
Yeah,
stuff
just
like that.
anything. I was just like, huh, because I thought you only got like the weirder dialogue when you had that skull on, but
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't remember exactly. Because I think the grunts have always said things that were crazy, like, oh,
Yeah.
no, the devil's back. You killed my friend. Like, they've always said stuff like that.
yeah, okay, maybe I'm remembering
He's a
something
monster.
different.
He killed 4 of us. I just like, okay,
Yeah,
fine.
fair. I did.
Because I'm the monster. You just murdered 50 humans, but I'm the monster.
Well, yeah.
So one of the cool parts of this story is you have an interim, basically, where each character's story is being told during the daylight, and then Rookie's is being told at night.
Yes.
And you're in this giant open world city, which I thought was cool. Like, I love the exploration of the city, but I did feel like the city was so big.
Yes.
And it was closed off so much.
Yes.
And it made it kind of hard to, like, feel good about what you were doing. At one point, it was so weird. You get, like, a secret stash uncovered or cache.
Yeah.
And it was 2 mongooses, and that's it. And I'm like,
Oh, was that really all it was? I didn't go to see what it was.
I went to it just to go see if I can find some fucking weapons, because I was tired of just living on empty the entire game as a rookie. And there was nothing. It was just 2 mongooses, and I'm like, okay, well, this is kind of useless because it doesn't take that long to traverse the city.
But they were in Halo 3. You'll recognize them.
Yeah,
Cool
like,
cameo.
I don't know. I just thought it was dumb.
Or Easter egg, I mean.
I would have rather had an elephant appear.
That would have been cool.
That would have been fucking sick.
I forgot about those, honestly.
Yeah, because they're so cool back in the day, and now they're not.
I also love that other Covenant, the mix. Was it not the Wrath or something? Like, not the Wraith, or not the Ghost, not the Banshee, but the other mid-sized one that had like a mini cannon thing on it.
I don't remember.
I don't know. It was only in one of the
I
games,
remember
I
the
think,
Wraith. They had a different type of Wraith in this with the green things coming out of it.
It was a Spectre.
Oh, Spectres. No, they didn't have Spectres in this one.
Yeah, I know. That was another vehicle that would have been cool, though.
No, that's just Halo 2, I think. They never brought the Spectre back. They had the choppers in this one, which was cool.
Yes, that was cool. I liked having
but...
to... And I did get to drive a chopper at one point, so that was fun.
Yeah, just at one point. But
Yeah.
they didn't have the Prowler, I think it's called.
Yes. That was...
The 4-person chopper.
Yep.
And then they took out the Spectre altogether, so that's... Halo 2 is the only one with the Spectre in it, unfortunately. I don't know. Story-wise, the story is so... It's kind of dumb for you to start your story all the way at the end of the game, in my opinion.
I say this a lot in movies and in games. Like, I don't know why this happens so much, of starting at the end and going back to it.
No, that's not what I mean. I mean, like, they did 0 story in this entire game.
I see what you mean.
Until those last 3
Yeah,
missions.
yeah, no,
like,
it's
I don't really care
ridiculous.
about starting 6 hours in the future. Like, whatever. Who gives a shit? In the end, it had the same effect as starting from the beginning.
Yeah.
You didn't really do anything. Like, the intermediate points were kind of annoying just because there were enemies. I would have loved for them, like I said earlier, to take out all the enemies and just have you be more of an investigative. And then you go underground, and that's where all the enemies were all this time.
Yes, that would have been awesome.
I did like that cop you found during one of the last missions.
Yeah.
He's so stupid. He's like, I'm going to check on my team. And they're all dead. And then for some reason he goes, let's go down further. And I'm like, why do you want to go down further? Got to check on my team. And you're like, we just found your team.
He's here to help.
What do you mean? So then you go down further, and then he's like, you go down first. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'll go down first. What about you? You go down first. And you go down, and he's like, oh, God, there's buggers down there. Watch out. They're up here, too. And then he just dies. And you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you go down, and he stays up, and it, like, closes, and then you just hear him die.
Yeah, and you're like, okay, good riddance. He's an asshole.
That was such a weird part.
It is. What was also weird is how motherly Dare got
Yes.
towards the creature that she just met. Like, what was so weird is, like, she's like, I saw it in the tunnels. And I'm like, doing what? What signals did it send to you?
Yeah.
Like, saying that it was a good guy now. Like, well, how the fuck did you know?
One of my favorite lines was when Nathan Fillion was talking to her about like, why do you have this thing? And she's like, these are blah 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 blah, and we should keep all these alive. You haven't killed any of these, have you?
Oh yeah.
No.
Maybe one or two. Achievement for killing 10 of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I got an achievement, and I was like, yeah. And then at the end, I'm like, now I feel really bad for killing all those things.
Yes.
They weren't fighting me. I was just trying to keep them from using their shield.
That's the thing. I was like, oh god, it provides shields. I don't want a brute to have a shield.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they had shields, but
I mean, yeah, extra shields.
More of a shield.
Yes.
And this at the end of the game is where that infamous kiss scene takes place. You're on an elevator. The engineer and the rookie are in the elevator with you and Buck, or with Dare and Buck, and Dare just goes up and she's like yelling at Buck for something. And then she goes and kisses him out of nowhere because they have a history together, which is never really explained. That's why I didn't really bring it up in the story. It's like, we have a history, and that's all you know about them. Is they have a history. Like, it's just the stupidest thing to do. Like, why even bring it up? Just make it like I would have preferred that be just at the spur of the moment romance.
Yeah.
Like, fuck the history. Who gives a shit about the history? I'm pretty sure Buck appears later in the games, too. I think he's in Halo 4.
Well, I know Nathan Fillion shows up in one or two more of the Halo games, I believe.
Yeah, so remember in Halo 4, he's the leader of the people who find Master Chief.
Yeah.
He's in that giant new kind of ship.
Yeah.
And then he's the new, like, de facto leader of the Spartans without being a Spartan. Mm-hmm. So I believe that's where I remember him from.
Probably.
So this game did create some characters that ever lasted in the history of Halo, I guess, with Virgil and Sadie being important. Virgil ends up being like one of the de facto intelligence operators for Oni.
Yep.
And then Sadie is her handler, or his handler. So there's that. I mean, and I can't remember that guy's name. I did have his name written down. The name of the species is like a Huguenot. Something like that, Huguenot.
Okay.
So I just thought it was interesting to add that into the game too, like a brand new species all of a sudden that has appeared in 0 games up to this point.
But,
kind of a dumb thing to do, but
yeah. Best part of the story by far was that end scene with Sergeant Johnson.
Oh yeah, so Sergeant Johnson comes in and just does the whole like. He throws a lighter at Virgil, and Virgil catches it, and everyone goes, he's really flammable. Yep. And Virgil lights his cigar for him, and I'm like, okay, that's fucking dumb, but still love seeing Sergeant Johnson in there.
I thought that was kind of just like
and that's
fun,
a month later,
moment.
By the way.
Yeah.
I guess I don't understand the timeline for Halo.
It's weird.
I don't, because I thought everything was happening in the matter of a fucking week.
I don't even know.
Because it happens, like, the stuff in Halo 2 happens in, like, a day or two. And then they get back to Earth that same fucking day. And then they fight and they take the Ark to the new ring thing.
I've honestly never paid attention to the timeline in the Halo games.
Well, it just is, a month later just felt like so long. Like, have they been letting the Covenant dig in New Mombasa for an entire month? And they all just came back because that's post them going to the Halo 2 area because Sergeant Johnson was there too.
Yeah, I don't know. I literally don't pay attention to the timeline.
That timeline is just so confusing. I think they should have just like sometime later as their thing instead of a month later.
True.
And that way it can stay whatever mysterious, I guess you would say.
Well, like unless there's a purpose for the timeline, like something had to happen in that amount of time, then why jump? Like I just don't understand why bring up the time frame.
Yeah. Well, and like I said, like when you're playing the games, it does not seem like that much time has went by.
True.
Like literally, if a month went by, where the fuck did it go?
Yeah.
Because you literally go from Halo 2, being on that starship, jumping across the universe back to Earth, to that ship crashing and you like crashing down on Earth and Sergeant Johnson finding you.
Yeah.
And you're not out cold for a fucking month. They find you almost instantly.
Yeah.
And then you fight your way through. So were you like, I'm so confused. When did a month pass?
I don't know.
I'm very confused. I'd love to know. I'd love to know the answer to all these questions.
Research the timeline. Play all the games.
I really want.
Write
I
down
tried
everything.
to. No, I tried to research it online, and it's like there's no clear like how much time passed during any point except for the newer games.
Yeah.
Because years pass between Master Chief in Halo 3 and
True.
Halo 4.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. It just got weird.
Yeah, fair.
I think they fucked with the game, at least with my head, with adding that fucking month in there.
Fair. We digress, though.
Yeah, that story. It's
Yeah.
boring. Let's move on.
Worth, or not?
So, what do you think?
I honestly think this game is a nah. I think you could pass on this game. You could probably play the other Halos and get more enjoyment out of them than you would in this game.
Yeah. I think if you're going to go into this with like a couch co-op situation, it might be fun just to get in and experience the atmosphere, maybe experience Firefight together if that's something you enjoyed. But other than that, there's not a lot this game offers.
Hold on, Steven. Hold on.
What?
You don't have to play this game to experience Firefight. They have released it
That's
on every
true.
subsequent Halo since
That's
then.
true.
So fuck that.
That's true, and it is better on all the other games because of the weapons and stuff.
Yep.
Yep. Never mind. Scratch that. This game's not worth it.
Yeah, I think this game is completely just not. Like I said, I think that all the other Halos do it better. They have better stories, better likes and dislikes. There's romance between you and Cortana nonstop.
Mhm.
But in this game, there's nothing. There's nothing that it adds to the story. You could skip this game and not. Like, I never played it. I didn't even know who Buck was, and I still played through 4 fine.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It didn't seem to matter to me who these people were.
Yeah. Well, and they did the ensemble cast so much better in Reach that it's hard.
Yeah, I bet.
It's hard to say, like, play this over Reach. Like, if you're going to play a Halo game that's different than some of the other ones in the franchise, Reach is the game you have to play. Reach is the best ensemble, one of the best ensemble cast games ever. Like, Reach is such a phenomenal game in every way.
And it was the last Bungie Halo. That was
Yeah.
the one that Bungie exited on, and that was their best one by far.
Yes.
And I mean, there are a bunch of Halo games, and all of them are better than fucking ODST. So
Yep. But yeah,
I'm still middle ground. I still feel like it's an okay game for what it gave out, but it's just not Halo.
Yeah, it's not a bad game, and it's got unique atmosphere and got unique music, and that is a good, fun aspect of it. So if that interests you, and like that one person said, if you want a Halo game that's way more chill, way more relaxed, and way more just like enjoy the environment, this is the Halo game for you. But if you want like an actual Halo experience, this is not the game for you.
I agree. I think this game is a definite pass if you just play the Halo verse. You could probably skip this one altogether. It doesn't add anything to the story whatsoever. So just play Halo fucking 3.
Yep.
It already has it in the title. It's Halo 3 ODST, so just play Halo 3.
Play 3 or Reach. Just those are the best.
No, Halo 4 was actually one of the better ones, I think.
I do
really
love
good.
Halo 4 still. Like, Halo 4 is good still. That's the last
one
good
of those
one for me.
One of those three are perfect, and even Halo 2 now you can play with the Master Chief Collection.
Yes.
So do any of those things. Even Halo Combat Evolved you can play with the Master Chief Collection. Do any of those things, do not play this game.
Fair. All right.
All right. Well, next week's episode is
Jack and Daxter.
Jack and Daxter, the OG.
PS2 classic, the precursor legacy.
Yep. So we're gonna play that next week. So catch us out. Catch us out. Catch us when we do things together.
Like
and
jerk
do
off.
it fine.
Yay.
Like jerk off together. Yeah, yay. Also, please, guys, if you have any questions or if you just want to chat, just email us. Just shoot on a soulofagamerpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah. Find us on
check us out on our
TikTok and
socials.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, bitches.
Yeah, and the Gooey Magoo on TikTok, or actually it's just Gooey Magoo on TikTok, and on YouTube, and then Poser67 on YouTube for Scott.
Yeah, if you want to.
You should.
You should email us, actually.
That's better.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Love you.